What's going on, guys? So this I'm gonna start a new series. The Hanu Island series did pretty well, so I actually wanted to do a new series based off of a highway that I normally drive down, um, almost on the daily, actually. Um, so it's so this highway is a major highway in Massachusetts. It's State Route 2. Um, and I take this highway um, a lot to go to my school, to go see my dad, go see my mom. Um, so we're just gonna be naming the city Route 2, and we're just gonna turn everything on. Because again, I honestly really don't like um, making cities and actually having to manage them. I'm kind of a little too lazy for that, so I chose this map and the industries map because I feel like it's the best map that fits the interchange that I want that we're going to start off with. And so so first things first, we need to do the areas real quick. So we need to buy a certain amount of areas here. I took a picture because I actually made this before. Um, so we need to buy this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one right here. Okay, so first things first, we need to get rid of all this highway right here. Now, I'm having trouble fitting the entire highway into this one area because, like, I I can't fit a whole highway, a whole major highway, into, what is it, 9 tiles, I think? So if I had more, like, if I had, like, the entire area, like, maybe I could fit, more highway. But, yeah, so, first things first. So, the interchange starts off with an avenue, right? And I kind of want to get this in a way where the road doesn't interfere. So the road's kind of like this. It's just a straight road going like that, and then there's going to be some roads that are coming down from the highway. So I'm going to actually turn off the guides and try to eye this out. So there's a 2-lane highway road that comes down straight, and then there's another road that kind of like curves around like this to get onto a highway. And then there is a single lane like ramp that goes straight. So the trick is trying to get these roads as close as possible to one another. And because I'm on PlayStation and I don't have the Move It mod, it's a little tricky. There we go. I don't want it to curve too much. Turn the guides on and whatnot. Yeah. Alright, that's better. Right. Okay, so, we want the curve. We also want to make the elevation the lowest setting possible so I can, so I don't have to deal with that. So then we're gonna also have another ramp that goes this way, and it's gonna make its way onto the highway that crosses down here. So there's two highways here, right? There's State Route 2, that's going to be going this way. And then there's I-190, which is going to be going this way. So the I-190 actually goes to cities like Worcester and beyond that. And State Route 2, obviously, this is like... This right here, this city right here is the Leominster. And then there's another city down this way, which is Fitchburg. Those are probably the three biggest cities in this area. So we're going to continue to make this straight. Like that. And then there's a point where the road actually curves around this way. And I'll tell you why in a second. And actually, this becomes a double-lane road. Alright, so the tricky part is getting the highway at a good height. And these are all like 2-lane highways and whatnot too. But first things first, we want our highway going like right across here like this. And you want to try to have it as low to the ground as possible. And actually I could probably make this straight. Yeah, like this. And it's gonna have like a curve to it too, so it's gonna go down this way. Right, and then this on-ramp right here is kind of gonna travel a little bit of distance before they get onto the highway. Like that. Right, so this doesn't curve just yet, actually. I'm actually looking at a map right now of Mechanic Street, and that's what this street is right here. It's Mechanic Street. So then the road kind of takes a little turn here. We're gonna make sure that we extend this highway a little bit this way too. Okay. So that looks pretty good. And, you know, I'll show you, like, what to do in a second in terms of, like, how the bridges work and stuff like that, because these aren't just gonna be, like, you know, bridges with nothing underneath them. I'll show you what to do in a second. So this actually can come around. Like this. Trying to make sure that it's I want to make sure that it has a good enough curve, so it looks flush with the rest of the roads, because I want to try to make this like as realistic as possible and to close as possible to what I'm looking for and looking at. So I really want a realistic curve here. So guides are pretty key when making those. I still think that doesn't look right. You guys can definitely copy this if you want to. It's a pretty awesome interchange, if I do say so myself. And the reason I haven't been like posting that much is because I've just been so busy lately with like internship stuff and whatnot. So hope you guys can understand that. Trying to make sure that's a nice curve there. Kind of looked weird. But yeah, so that's the first part of the interchange. There's actually a road right here that I want to make too. It's like a one-way road. That's like right here. This connects to like a an avenue. And there's actually a on-ramp that goes this way. Actually, no, this is one way or one road or an on-ramp. So the way this will work is, right, if you're in this lane, you're going to take a right and then just immediately merge into traffic this way. And if you're going this way, you just take a left and you're going down this way. And then obviously you're going down this way because the only way to get to this road is by going this way. So, actually, this is a two-lane road. So, if you're going this way, you can take a left going that way. And this road is actually at an angle. I'm trying to like minimize and make stuff small or smaller so I can fit as much as the highway or the features of the highway in there as possible, if I can. And this is actually a 4-lane road that actually starts right here. And I'll show you why in a second. So part of this highway is going to just be an off-ramp. And you know, the reason being that I have this at the elevation at the lowest point is so I can get nice, smooth curves. So nice smooth transition to ground level. So this attaches here. It's like weird. Let's make this that. Trying to eye this without guides and so I'm making it a little bit tricky on myself. It needs more of a curve. There we go. So, this has, these are always tricky, because you want to get them right. That looks better. So it's the same deal here. Right? So when they're coming off, if you want to go right, you go this way. If you want to go left, you go this way. Sort of deal. And I'm gonna get rid of these traffic signs, and then just have stop signs right here. Actually, I could probably make this 2-lane just to make traffic flow easier. Okay. So, the reason being this is a 4-lane road is because there's another, Route 2. So this is Route 2, and then this goes into 190. So Route 2 actually, trying to make this so it's easy. Make it all a little bit offset. Nah, never mind. I'll just attach this highway to here, so the traffic flows. Okay. So this is gonna go this way. And then this this road right here is actually gonna go on there. Though I want more of a curve. Yeah, that's better. More of a curve that way. So Route 2 kind of just splits off into 190 and Route 2. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna connect this. So this will connect here. Like that. Okay. So there's also, obviously, there has to be a highway going the opposite direction. So it's a little further apart. Kind of like right here. And this highway actually goes over this one, and then attaches to, this highway going the other direction. Which I'll have. Going the opposite direction. So, okay. So this is going to be tricky. Because This needs to... Need a wider curve for this one. Because it needs to go over this highway. So... Actually, what I could do to make this easier is lower this highway. Just to make it easier to put this together. And, you know, Route 2 isn't the straightest highway either. It has, you know, wavy roads and, like, hills and stuff. So, let me... Also, another thing. I want to bring this out a little bit more. I get rid of all the guides because it's just easier if everything's turned off. So we want... I think one will do, actually. Oh, it's gonna have to be two. So we're gonna go over the highway like this. Right. And I'm gonna have like more of a curve with the 4-lane highway just to make it a little better. That's more even now. Okay. So that's done. Okay. So then we need Route 2 going in the opposite direction. Come on. I wish I had the move it mod. Because it would just make things so much easier for me. And it's funny, because Xbox players for this game have mods, but PlayStation can't for some reason. Why it won't let me do... Sometimes the mechanics of this game just make zero sense, too. There we go. Should probably turn the guides on for this one. So there's a little bit of a gap to it. I want to eye this out too, just a little bit, just to make sure I got the angle right, and that looks good. Okay, so we're gonna straighten this out right here. So we're not done just yet. So we're gonna straighten this out a little bit more. And then there is going to be an on-ramp that travels under both highways. And then there's going to be an off-ramp. Like that. Okay. So then, this highway right here has a... So I-190 has an off-ramp right here. That has... a two-lane highway. So this goes over. So this is honestly the trickiest part of the whole thing. So I kind of just have to make sure that I can actually fit this in here, because this bridge goes underneath, like over goes over this ramp right here. So that's why it kind of curves this way. So let's actually do this first. So I kind of want to make this curve right here, because this is an on-ramp to this highway right here. So let's make this, because this is pretty easy. Sorry, I want to fix this real quick. This is bugging me. There we go. And then we'll make that there. Okay, that's better. That's better. Let's see. Actually, no. Probably better if that was a 2-lane, honestly. Okay. Okay. Just looking at this, and, like, the map shows that it's just highway, like, all the way. This is... Nope. Come on. There we go. Okay. This is so, like, the shape of that is so weird. I want to make it as flush as possible. By doing so, I need to, like... make a good shape out of it. I think a good trick is to actually have, like, a smaller road. Right, so then upgrade these, and then that. Okay. So then this can go here. This there. And then that there. Sorry, I just want to make this, like, good looking for you guys. The game's not cooperating with me. Why? There we go. That's better. Okay. Now, that took a very long time, so... yeah, now for the tricky part. Right. this exit comes off like this. And it has a 2-lane highway. So the exit to the left is going to be... I want to see if this can actually fit underneath it. Okay. That is a lot. That doesn't make any sense. That's tall enough to fit. Boy, there. Okay. For some reason, that wasn't cooperating. Like I said, this part's tricky. I just don't understand. Like, that is perfect clearance for any sort of vehicle, so I really don't understand. So I think a way I could do this is I can make this road a little bit shorter. Kind of like that. City Skylines, stop doing this to me, please. This road literally is not anywhere near you. There we go. Okay. Okay. Back in business. We want to make sure this road is straight. Okay. Sorry if I'm being so quiet. Just trying to focus and make sure that everything is good. Alright. Now that that's settled, and that took a freaking hour. Well, not a freaking hour, but you know what I mean. Um, not trying to be too dramatic. We can now do the last piece of the puzzle. So this road is obviously an on-ramp. To Route 2. So this needs to be like this, so the traffic kind of merges in instead of getting in front of everybody, or like cutting everybody off and causing traffic problems and whatnot. So try to do this. This is like the one thing that really makes me frustrated with City Skylines is like the inconsistency. Okay. So that's the interchange. So the next part. There's always a next part. We got to do some terraforming here. So we have to make sure that the legs of the bridge actually the legs of the bridges are covered. By doing so, it makes it look like it's not a bridge at all. And it's a smooth transition between so like the bridges don't look like they're one long bridge. That's what I'm trying to say. It looks like it's just part of the land, if you know what I mean. So it's like flush with the area. So I'll fix all this in a second, like the mountains and whatnot that appear that are right here with the roads. But for the time being, it's just making sure that everything is in the ground. And I think this will be part one. I'm not going to bore you guys with more highway and whatnot. So part two will probably just be the rest of the highway, because there's plenty more interchanges with this highway. So let me just decrease this just a little bit so the road's not completely just covered. Okay. Kind of smooth everything out. Make sure you can see the road and whatnot. Um, Alright, let's see. That's good. Um, hmm. That's good right there. Alright. So you see how, like, the highway is now surrounded by the land and whatnot? It makes it look like it's not even a bridge anymore. And I can decorate it a little bit so, like, get some vegetation, because there's vegetation in here. And there's trees all around, too. Maybe add some rocks and stuff. I think the vegetation's better. No. I want this vegetation to be, like, a little closer together. Bigger. Like this. Nice. Right? Okay, and then maybe sink this a little bit, because sometimes these curves have, like little swamps in them. So I'll add some vegetation in here. Like, I'm not gonna add, like, water and whatnot, but it's just, like, to make it look like that. And then we'll add our trees. And there's a lot of trees surrounding this highway, too. It's not just, like, an open highway either. Like, this highway is literally in the middle of a forest. So, like, I'll add multiple species of trees. Liven it up a little bit. Do bushes as well. Some pine trees to really fill in the area. Because there's a lot of pine trees in Massachusetts. I want to make sure that this area is filled right here. But this area right here is like a farm. So there's actually a farm right here. So we're gonna get rid of those trees. And then right next to the road. Cool. And then there's a little town, like, well, not little town, it's Leominster, it's a city, but, yeah, so there you have it. There's the Mechanic Street interchange, and actually, there's a road, there's actually one more road I want to put in before I go. and it goes underneath here. So do this. Make sure it's not too deep. Yeah, so this road just goes underneath here. We'll make this a... Okay. Gonna make sure it's a little deeper. Okay, let's see if that fits. Probably won't. Probably will now, since I got rid of that on-ramp. Ah, the pillars are in the way. Let's see. Kind of just goes this way. And then we'll have the... Oh my god, I hate it when it does this. Now that's really bad. Okay. I mean, that's... I guess that's better. Nope. Oh, I just messed this whole thing up. go. You know, I honestly hate terraforming sometimes because it's just like, it really... Some of it just doesn't make any sense. Nope. Oops. Yeah, the other problem too, it feels like, unrealistically, like, I have to make stuff way lower than they have to be. And I think that's another thing that I think, like, this game suffers from, is just the laziness that went into making this game realistic. Like, you're not gonna have... I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining too much, because I'm getting a little bit frustrated with this whole thing. But it's like... At one point, you know... So let's try this again. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay. So the interchange is complete. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.